Pardon folks, it's SLK here again. So I'm going to be doing a trade breakdown like the past trades, the trades I took last week. I took 3 trades last week, 2 take profit and 1 stop loss. So I took a trade on GG, I took a trade on GU, and I took a trade on BTC. So let me take you to my trading journal. For the GG, I sold GG. This is it right here. I sold GG and it was massive. Then for BTC was a loss, and for the GU it was a win. So I'll be taking you all to my chart and show you guys what I saw. And yes, I took this trade on my Profem. I took this trade. This is a 5k account that I just bought, and I'm trying to see if I can grow something out of it. This is actually me taking the trade. Here it is. I executed it on my $5,000 account, but I'm currently in a drawdown. I just took a trade now on GBP AUD and it's a loss. So I'm opening the week with a loss. I still have 2 more setups that I'm waiting for this week, and I'll update you guys on how it will play out. I'll still tell you guys what I saw that made me sell this GBP AUD. This GG that I told you guys that hits my take profit, something annoying happened, like something very annoying. So I took this trade on Friday afternoon. Let me take you to my chart. I took this trade on Friday afternoon. So as you can see, this trade was caught on July 24, 2026. That was when this trade triggered, and my prop allows weekend holding, so I was not scared. Unlike other props that will not let you hold trades over weekend, so I was not scared. I was like let me hold the trade till Monday, maybe to hit my TP. I will leave the link in the description to access the prop. Link will be in the description. I was like, let me hold this trade and see what happens on Monday. So coming back on Monday, I didn't check my MT5 because I first check my trading view. I don't check MT5 like that. I monitor my chart with trading view. Coming to trading view, I was in profit though. I didn't even think much of it. So I came to my charts and then realized that spread has taken me out. Why market didn't even come near my stop loss, like as it was in that $37 profit and I closed on Friday. It was still at that same region, but spread, as you can see, this thing was not weak. There was no weak or anything that would tell you that yes, I got stopped by a week. This is just opening spread. This is just opening spread. I didn't mean this thing. I felt so bad. I will not lie. I felt so bad, and I didn't even enter the trade because I don't chase trades. I just let it be like that. I felt so bad when this trade finally got to my take profit. I felt so bad. So yeah, that's just it. That's what we see in trading. So let's get to the topic. Now let's start with GG. Let me show you what I saw that made me start selling GBP JPY. So I saw price in this range. It was trending. I saw price uptrending, but this uptrend that I saw, I was cautious of it because it's an internal trend. It's an internal structure trend. Given that this is the external high that was taken out, this is the higher time frame high that was taken out, but price kept maintaining this internal structure it was on. So I marked the last zone, the last liquidity sweep which is this zone here. I marked it and then marked the break of structure. I marked this place. See, I marked my break of structure, marked my inducement and my point of interest. Now I was waiting for market to retrace down to my POI. This POI might fail, mind you, because as I said earlier, this is an internal trend. Market might take out this POI or it might respect it. So I only react after seeing a valid confirmation at this zone. Now back to the talk. I saw this market selling down to come to my POI to buy, so I had to join the trend. See the zone. I saw the setups. I saw markets trending downwards, give me confirmation that yes, it's coming to my POI. I didn't take this trade, mind you. This trade now, I was in class when this trade played out, but I had the analysis. I wanted to use confirmation entry. Yeah, because most of my trades are mostly confirmation entry due to the market condition we are in. So I wanted to use confirmation, but news took me out and then sold massively. So I didn't take the trade. I saw market on 1 hour time frame. It was selling. So I then saw this point of interest here. This was initially the point of interest I saw. This is initially the point of interest I saw here. But I didn't take the trade straight from this point of interest. Let me show you when I marked at this point of interest. Let me show you. I didn't take the trade straight from that point of interest. So this was when I got the bearish bias on GG last week. So my main aim was to use confirmation on that zone because of the stop loss. If I was to take this trade now, my stop loss would be very huge because I'll have to cover that other block above there. So I intended on using a confirmation entry. That was how I got my bias. So I knew that GG would be bearish or true. After getting my bias, I waited for my zone to get mitigated, and this was when it got mitigated. This was when the zone got mitigated at this region. After mitigation, I waited for a market structure shift. So this was a market structure shift occurred at this region. Market structure shift occurred here. Then I waited for my liquidity and all that. Then I went down to a lower time frame to look for a zone, which I found this other block here. I found that other block. I used the body of the other block to enter. I used the body and not the wick because the wick is very long, and then my stop loss above the other block. Then targeted the low. This was just the entry and nothing more. So this is how I caught this trade. Then for a second trade, seeing the market was still bearish, I was planning on taking this trade, but with confirmation entry. I was planning on taking the trade because after a break of structure, it gave me my liquidity and a POI, clean other block here. So my main aim was to use a confirmation entry, but I was in class and I didn't take the trade. So for BTC, I initially had this buy zone here. I was expecting price to come to this zone and buy. So when I saw that setup, price was still at this region. This was my zone. This was the liquidity stack out. This was the zone I was targeting. So I used a confirmation entry here. As price got to my POI, I went as low as 5 minutes. I went to take that trade on. So this was the trade. I then saw this. What killed me on this trade was early entry. I saw this place. I counted here as a market structure shift, which I normally don't. then took it as my inducement. I have my way of picking my market structure shift, but I went against my rules. I didn't pick a proper market structure shift. This was just a fake out, and I ended up entering from this other block here. This was my zone. This was where I entered from, and price wipes me out. Price wipes me out and sold. This was just what I saw in BTC. I was targeting that buy zone, which may hold, which may not hold, and just monitoring it. I'll react accordingly. So this was just what I was expecting on BTC. That's how I caught that trade. Then let's go over to the next pair, which is GBP USD. So coming over to GBP USD, this is what I saw before taking this trade. So I had this higher time frame buy zone initially. I had this zone where I marked out for price to buy, to either sell or take out this high, confirming that will be bullish on the long term on GU. So after price came to my zone and then gave me a market structure shift, gave me an inducement right here, and then this other block was where I targeted as my POI. I used that other block as my POI. So as price came there, I didn't enter immediately from this other block. As price came here, I still use confirmation. I use confirmation on this other block. I'll show you people the trade. So this was how I took the setup, market structure shift. Then this was the inducement I made use of here. Then my other block. This was how I caught this trade. I entered late from here, from this candle. Then my stop below this zone. Then I was targeting the closest drawn liquidity. There was a trend line liquidity here. This was a trend line liquidity. So that trend line liquidity was my target. It was my target, and it played out. So this is just how I caught the trades that I took last week. So hopefully I'm waiting for setups this week, and I'll keep you guys updated. On how they go. You understand? So if that's something you want, just like the video, comment what you want me to teach next. If there's any problem you're having, just comment. I'll take my time and go through the comments, and I'll make a video about it with the level of knowledge I have, and share this video to your forex friends. They might learn one or two from here. Also hit the subscribe button to stay updated. So that's it. Thank you. And yeah, I'm leaving the link to the prop that I'm using in the description. Go check them out. They are affordable and their rules are okay. They are not strict. The rules are very, very okay. So that's it. See you guys in the next video.